GA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and as we look at this matchup, every time there's something different to focus on. So I'll just ask you, what do you see here in this one?
Well, Rembrandt, you've given me a pretty blank canvas to focus on, haven't you?
Yeah.
Where do you think I'm going to go with this?
Oh, secondary?
You know me well, right? In a game like this, it's always about the secondary. Can they handle the passing attack and make a few plays?
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Hurts sets up to throw it. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Now a 2nd and 2. Jackson. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 29 yards. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, "Let's go, big boy. You're still our leader."
Throwing is Hurts. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Steps away to his left. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. They run over center with Peterson. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 11 more on that one and another first down.
That run is what defenses don't like about dealing with Adrian Peterson. His ability to drop his shoulder and run through contact.
And he's amazing at keeping those strong legs going, isn't he?
For him, no run is ever truly over. I mean, he's actually not even convinced that when they blow the whistle, he's actually down. That's how he finishes runs in a big way.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner.
At their own 2-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. Their tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Visitors 7, Cowboys nothing.
Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Now it's Jackson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Jackson now. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And that's a much-needed completion right there on 3rd down. Really a sigh of relief, isn't it? They're backed up deep. You know they don't want to give the ball back to the other guy. It's a great field position. They needed that throw, that completion, that first down.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. From the gun, Jackson. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Ready? Hey, Alpha, right.
Here's Jackson to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
And Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something... And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit. We decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Being chased out left. And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there, and in the process picks up the first down. They're going to look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against a front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Hurts. He's got it. And the Cowboys are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. Here's Hurts to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jalen Hurts as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think
that's caught inside the 20. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the 13-year man puts it through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. Oh, some strong running. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought the first half, they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Now it's Jackson. He dumps it off to Barkley. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Throwing is Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd.
Yeah.
After that one.
Here in the 3rd quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. That good for 19 and a 1st down. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the 3rd quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you...
Barkley hit and the ball pops free. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. So that is not the way you want to begin the half when you're only up by 1 score. A turnover right away.
And my guess that in the locker room, that's what the defensive coordinator of the other side was saying. We've got to find a way to get the football back for our offense. And they were able to do it.
He finds his man complete. It's Peterson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. He'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
They'll let this go for the end zone. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 46 yards. And the Cowboys have moved out in front here in the final minute of the third quarter. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 17-14. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Peterson. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. Back now in Arlington. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Up the middle with Barkley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out first downs, and that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5. Now it's Barkley. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Jackson will keep it. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. A wall of bodies there. Nowhere to burrow through the line on the quarterback sneak. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get him the football back. This is 1st and 10.
No touch that. No touch.
He'll look to throw.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
A big play looming on 3rd down. Back to throw. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
He's back to throw. And that's complete to Gates. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 42-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Gates with a grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
Dancing to his left. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and he did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.